Ireland's Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, issued a stark warning that the progress of the Brexit negotiations was at great risk of even further delay, during a day of stinging public rebukes for Theresa May as she met sceptical EU leaders at a Swedish summit. The Irish Taoish emerged from a frosty bilateral meeting with May at the European Social Summit and said, "I can't say in any honesty that it's close, on the Irish issue or on the financial settlement." Varadkar said he would not be prepared to back progress of the Brexit negotiations to trade talks at the summit in December without a formal written guarantee there would be no hard border in Ireland. Britain, he said, wants a divorce, but an open relationship the day after. At the summit in Gothenburg, the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, gave the UK government an ultimatum that progress needed to be made on the Irish border and the financial settlement. Tusk also hit back at suggestions by the Brexit Secretary, David Davis, that the UK needed to see more compromise from Brussels. "I appreciate Mr. Davis's English sense of humour. A hard Brexit would take Britain out of the EU's single market and customs union and ends its obligations to respect the four freedoms, make big EU budget payments and accept the jurisdiction of the ECJ. What Brexiters mean by taking back control of Britain's borders, laws and money. It would mean a return of trade tariffs, depending on what, if any, FTA was agreed." See our full Brexit phrasebook. May spoke to several European leaders on the fringes of the social summit, including France's President, Emmanuel Macron, and the Swedish Prime Minister, Stefan Löfven. Government sources admitted it was clear from the meetings that more work was needed to make progress, though they insisted the tone was constructive. Leaving the summit in Gothenburg, Sweden, May told reporters she agreed that more needed to be done to advance the negotiations. "But we are clear and I am clear that what we need to do is move forwards together, and that's how we can ensure that we are going to get the best deal for the UK and for the EU," the Prime Minister said. Tusk said the UK needed to do more on the two key issues. "While good progress on citizens' rights is being made, we need to see much more progress on Ireland and on the financial settlement," he told a press conference in Gothenburg. He said he had told May in an earlier bilateral meeting that this progress needs to happen at the beginning of December at the latest, and that he hopes some movement will have been made by the time the two leaders meet again next Friday. The President said the EU was ready to move on to the second phase of the Brexit talks, which will discuss the future trade relationship and transition period. These are due to begin, with the approval of the Council, at its next summit in Brussels on 14th to 15th of December. Later he told reporters he was cautious but optimistic that talks could still progress. Tusk's deadline of the beginning of December will give May some crucial extra time to build consensus in Europe and around her own cabinet table, particularly over the financial settlement. Michel Barnier, the EU's chief negotiator, had initially said Brussels needed to see progress by next Friday.